Coming up, Flagstaff police team up with mental health professionals for a better way to deal with certain calls. Plus, all 3 of Arizona's universities are now requiring all employees to get a COVID shot. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Sheridan Herman.
And I'm Quanah Arnold. Thanks for tuning in.
The Flagstaff City Council has approved a plan to change the way police respond to certain nonviolent calls.
The city will be contracting with Teros Health, a longtime partner of the city and police department. NAZ Today's Liam Combs has more.
Thanks, Quanah. Instead of sending police officers to calls involving mental health, substance abuse, and other nonviolent distress, dispatch can now send out an ART, or alternate response team, that consists of a medical tech and a social worker.
Dispatch gets the call, and then they can decide what is the best tool to respond to the call. And so they can choose to dispatch flag fire, they could dispatch FPD, or they could also now dispatch this new alternative response team that we're creating.
The nationwide controversy over police shootings that prompted the Black Lives Matter movement is having an effect here in Flagstaff. Flagstaff City Council member Adam Shimoni says the public has been advocating for an alternate response program for some time, but the protests of last summer pushed the program to the top of the city's priorities.
For many years, there's been an ask and a demand for change in how we respond to the call. And then with the Black Lives Matter movement and the killing of George Floyd, that really elevated the discussion to say, hey, this needs to happen and needs to happen today.
Police Chief Dan Musselman says the program will positively impact the community and will relieve some stress police officers face due to the wide range of calls they currently handle.
Say a police officer picks up somebody who's in need of mental health services, and then a call comes out for a robbery in progress, that officer is going to have to basically let that person go and respond to the higher priority call. This way, people will be able to spend more time with the clients.
The City Council will check in on the program every quarter to make sure it is working as planned.
It's often billed by others. They talk about it being the right tool at the right time for the right reason. So if people need behavioral health services, let's send behavioral health professionals rather than police officers.
Once the program is set in motion, the City Council says it wants to focus on where people in need can go to get help.
I'm now thinking ahead to the next step, which is, how are we going to get new treatment facilities and opportunities to provide to our community to help overcome some of these struggles that we face.
NAU, along with ASU and University of Arizona, have announced that employees must be vaccinated by the end of this fall semester. The university is complying with President Biden's emergency ruling that all businesses and institutions with 100 or more employees must require vaccinations. NAU says it's allowing for religious or medical exemptions, but other than those exemptions, employees must show proof of vaccination by December 8th. October is Coming Out Month, and NAU is recognizing its students who are part of the LGBT+ community. NAZ Today's Nick Ruth has the story.
Thank you, Quanah. October, or as the Office of Inclusion calls it, Outtober, is important to the LGBTQIA+ community because it helps people find the courage to come out.
Coming Out Month, not to be confused with Pride Month in June, is something celebrated by the members of this community who have come out or are coming out. NAU is doing its part by organizing events and having resources available for the community through the Office of Inclusion. Dr. Martin Tees, coordinator of the Office of Inclusion, says it's all about celebrating.
And what we do is we try to schedule lots of different events for students across the campus, as well as our LGBTQIA+ community, to see themselves, to feel like they're being represented, and to have a good time.
For the LGBTQIA+ community, being included and accepted is something that they find vital. So these events help give them the courage and the will to tell the world who they are.
And I think giving it a whole month and celebrating it at the university just allows people to feel more comfortable with doing so, even just celebrating it, just being an ally.
One of the events that is coming up is called Rainbow, which is a Halloween costume party that is going to be hosted by a drag queen on October 29th at the Dubois Ballroom. Nick Ruth, NAZ Today.
After a lengthy debate, this Flagstaff City Council has given the go-ahead for design work to begin on the Lone Tree Overpass. The bridge would raise Lone Tree north over the railroad tracks and intersect at Route 66. Although most council members support the plan, the mayor isn't so sure.
This just doesn't look like a very pedestrian or bike-friendly intersection to me.
Members of the public spoke out as well, with some raising safety concerns.
Very well done. But these things look really great. They look super cool. But when you actually put your mind around how would I navigate this intersection on foot or on a bicycle, they're not really that great. They're real slow and really time consuming and don't prioritize getting people around under their own.
The Lone Tree Overpass is anticipated to be completed by 2026.
Over the weekend, the annual Tequila Sunrise took place around Flagstaff. College students participated in waking up before sunrise to start drinking. The Flagstaff Police Department says although Tequila Sunrise is not diminishing over the years, this year was not as bad as it normally is.
I don't know that's diminishing. I think we probably had the same amount of people as we've had in previous years. They're probably just a little more spread out this year. This year we didn't have any fights or assaults that I'm aware of, so that's very positive. Usually we always have some fights and whatnot.
The police department suggests anyone participating in this unofficial holiday needs to be respectful to the surrounding neighborhoods, avoid drinking and driving, and avoid drinking too much. If you sew or are a quilter, a local nonprofit wants to hear from you. Threaded Together, an organization focused on connecting people through creativity and sustainability, has started 2 new programs. One program is dedicated to sustainable sewing, where quilters can create an heirloom quilt from repurposed fabric every Tuesday until November 9th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. The second program involves an open studio with people who sew and make crafts using a wide range of materials. The program is open to adults on Wednesday evenings and teens on Thursday afternoons. To sign up, visit threadedtogether.org. Flagstaff is celebrating the 20th anniversary of becoming the Dark Sky City. NAZ Today's Isabella Padilla has the story.
There are over 180 dark sky communities around the world. Flagstaff is the first, thanks to the work of a small group of astronomers and dark sky enthusiasts who created the program here in Flagstaff.
And we gave that as a proposal to the International Dark Sky Association based in Tucson. So we proposed to them, why don't you create a dark sky city program and recognize communities for doing really good jobs of protecting their nights. After a little give and take, they thought it was a great idea.
But what exactly is a dark sky city, and how can we keep it this way? Dr. Jeff Hall says it takes a commitment from the entire community to participate in good lighting practices.
Recently, over the past several years, we've been working extensively with the city on the conversion of the citywide street light system from sort of what you see now, the high pressure and low pressure sodium fixtures, to LEDs. And we are going to use exemplary dark sky preserving LEDs.
Citizens all over the world can also do their part by taking a few easy steps.
Simplest thing you can do to use good dark sky lighting, say at your residence, is use what we call full cutoff shielding. And that means the light fixture is fully shielded so that no light is being emitted above the horizontal.
Flagstaff celebrates being a dark sky city to protect the city's $1 million view of the starlit sky.
It's still something which is inspiring to people. It gives them a sense of awe and a sense of place in the universe. So we should be proud of that because we've done a good job of protecting it.
For more information about events, visit the Flagstaff Dark Skies website at www.flagstaffdarkskies.org. Isabella Padilla, NAZ Today.
Coming up, meet a curious shepherd mix for this week's Pet of the Week. Stay with us.
We are right in the middle of fall up here in northern Arizona, and the weather around this time of year can be pretty unpredictable. I'll tell you more on what you can expect later this week after the break. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here.
Wait.
What?
I can't drive.
Why?
I'm high.
Oh.
Now the big guy comes off the bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. The first pitch is fouled between
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. A lot of people think fall is the best time of year in Flagstaff and a great time for a walk amid the changing colors.
Exactly. It's also a lonely time for pets waiting for adoption at the Coconino Humane Association. This week's Pet of the Week is one of them, and she'd love to take a walk with you. NAZ Today's Matt Kienitz has more on this week's Pet of the Week.
Thanks, Quanah. This week we met Sam, a quiet yet curious pup who loves to snuggle and go on adventures. An inquisitive and mellow 2-year-old shepherd mix, Sam is the perfect pup for your family, whether it is growing or an empty nest.
So this is Sam. She is a 2-year-old shepherd mix. She came off of the reservation with 3 puppies.
All of Sam's pups found homes, and now it is Sam's turn to find hers.
Didn't get adopted and returned just because they were looking for more of a service animal, and she didn't quite work for them.
That doesn't mean Sam isn't a loving pup who loves to go on walks.
She's very sweet and mellow. She goes on lots of walks with our volunteers.
She is easygoing and low maintenance and would be a perfect dog no matter where you live.
It could probably be a good apartment dog. Just walks, probably she'll be satisfied with.
Sam is healthy and ready to go.
She does not have any illnesses or disabilities. She is already fixed, so she can go home the same day she's adopted.
If you believe that Sam would be a good fit for your family, you can head down to the Coconino Humane Association today. Sam is available now for the price of $215. This covers surgeries, microchipping, and vaccines. Matt Kienitz, NAZ Today.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your Wednesday night student forecaster, Lacey Frawn. I'd like to wish you all a happy hump day. We're halfway through the week, and it's turning out to be a beautiful week for weather. I am loving the fall colors. We're starting to warm up after last week's snowstorm. We had a little bit of a breeze throughout the beginning of the week, but now we're settling down, and it has been beautiful. Here is a current satellite image of what we're seeing. We're seeing light winds coming from the southwest, moving northeast. So a lot of that cloud coverage is in Nevada and southern Utah. We're getting a little bit of cloud coverage over northern Arizona, if you see right there, but not enough for precipitation. So we're just having some beautiful cloudy skies along with our sunny skies. Flagstaff, currently we have some beautiful sunny skies. Here's a current downtown cam. Right now we're at 55 degrees and our humidity's at 26%, so not too high, and those winds pretty light at 8 miles per hour. Now, shame on me, I have not been keeping up with the weather with NAZ today, but on Monday, those winds probably were double that, maybe anywhere from 16 to 20 miles per hour. Now, how do I know that? I was walking to class and the wind pushed me over. I fell on the ground because the wind was so strong. So I'm so glad that we're moving out of that, and it's just a beautiful day. We're heading into a beautiful week. Taking a look at our high for today, it was at 58, and then our low at 29. We are pretty on average for those highs, just 4 degrees below average, and then pretty spot on for those lows, nowhere near those records. And then our sunset tonight at 5:44 p.m. Taking a look at our highs across the state for today, we had Kingman over at 74, Prescott, Payson, Sedona, and Winslow all within the lower 70s. Phoenix, high of 86, and then Page, high of 64. Tonight, like I said earlier, we will cool down to 29 degrees, so that will be pretty chilly. But I do encourage you all to go out, bundle up anyways, because we're going to have a beautiful 99.99% moon coverage. We're considering it a waxing gibbous, but I'm considering it a full moon because it is pretty bright. I can walk my dog and be guided by the moonlight in our beautiful dark sky town with those mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, our high is going to be warmer than today by about 8 degrees. So we're going to warm up to 66 degrees with a beautiful sunrise at 6:38 in the morning. And then moving into our highs across the state for tomorrow, we're looking at Tuba City at 70, Winslow at 74, Lake Havasu at 88, Kingman at 87. Taking a look at our 5-day forecast, it's going to be pretty easy going, pretty expected. We're going to stay in the mid 60s for the next few days, and then we're going to cool off with some potential showers on Monday. That's what I have for you for sports. Stay tuned for sports with Tyler after the break.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed.
Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
How prepared is your family if a wildfire shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or an earthquake? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
Let's go.
you'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Make a plan today.
Is your family in need of more quality time together?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Nature is best enjoyed together. So bring the whole family to discover all the bonding and stress-reducing benefits parks and forests have to offer. Visit discovertheforest.org and trade in phone time for family time.
Birds, squirrels, chipmunks, grass, worms, bugs, trees, rocks, and other objects in nature cannot talk. If you'd like to have a conversation while visiting nature, you will need to bring humans along. We strongly recommend starting with your family.
Hi, I'm Tyler Murphy, bringing what's new with Flagstaff Sports. This past weekend, the NAU swim and dive team competed in their first matches of the season against the Arizona Christian Firestorm and the Ottawa Spirit. The Lumberjacks took no mercy on their opponents in their first match back, with both ending in victories. The scores were 188-52 against the Firestorm and 191-21 against the Spirit. In the women's 200 medley relay, the Lumberjacks A and B teams complemented each other by finishing in first and second, coming 2 seconds in between each other and leaving their competition in the dust, with third place coming in 7 seconds after second place finished. With a dominant start like this, it will be an interesting season to watch, and as it is a long one going all the way to February. Their next meet is against the New Mexico State Lobos on Saturday, November 6th. In their last meet in November of 2019, NAU was able to pull away with the W with 169-131, as this matchup will decide the overall match record, as they're tied 4-4 in their last 8 matchups. Heading it over into NAU soccer, at the end of homecoming week, the Lumberjacks took on the Southern Utah Thunderbirds. The Lumberjacks were feeling the momentum they had built in their last 3 games and made it a 4th in a row at Lumberjack Stadium with a score of 2-0. One of those scores coming from sophomore Maddie Schaefer that came in the 61st minute of the second half and was assisted by senior Madison Montgomery, who had struck first for the Lumberjacks coming in the 31st minute. Despite being 6-10 overall in the season, they are now sitting at 4-3 record in the Big Sky Conference play and ranked 4th in the Big Sky Conference. It's starting to look like the conference championship is set. It sadly doesn't look like the Jacks will make it unless the top 2 teams lose both of their games and the Lumberjacks win theirs. Running with NAU cross country, the Lumberjacks men cross country team is looking unstoppable as they close into the Big Sky Championship, and after leaving their competition behind in pre-nationals down in Tallahassee in the Florida State Invitationals. The Lumberjacks' top 3 runners came in 4th, 6th, and 9th, with 6th being Drew Bosley and 9th Nico Young. Sophomore runner Abdi Hamid Nur came in 4th and finished under the 23-minute mark of the race, being the only Lumberjack to do so. With Nur's blazing performance at pre-nationals, he was selected Big Sky Player of the Week alongside his female teammate, Taryn O'Neill, who was also selected Big Sky Player of the Week, making it the first time this year that the cross-country team swept the 2 honors at once. With times getting faster and remaining undefeated, this team, the only thought now is what lies ahead. That's all for Flagstaff Sports. Now it's time for your weather recap.
Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Really?
Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes twice a day. They have the time.
Live with a human for a while, and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she does strange tricks for no treats. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
25.
Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. Let me give you a look at our weather, not sports. Let's take a look at our recap. So again, heading into the weekend, the next couple days of our weekdays will be in the upper to mid 60s. Our lows are creeping up to the mid 30s. Heading into the weekend, we'll have some mostly sunny, partly cloudy skies. And then heading into Monday, we have a 20% chance of showers heading into the evening. But you can keep updated on that through our YouTube channel and our weather updates throughout the week. Back to you on desk.
Thanks, Lacey. Well, it's that time of year. Spooky season is officially here, and we want to see your pets in Halloween costumes.
That's right, Sheridan. And we have a viewer photo feature opportunity. All you need to do is upload a picture of your pet in a Halloween costume and add the hashtag #NAZPhotoFeature to post on your Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. We look forward to seeing you and your pets.
That's right, Quano. Well, I have 2 little terrier puppies, and they both have bumblebee costumes, so they're going to be making an appearance on our NAZ Today photo feature for sure. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to follow us on social media, and have a great night.